Welcome to One in the Shibal with Susie and Ed.
We are just two Asian Americans talking shit about shit.
With a dog who's like, apparently,
I've never been on live television before.
I love chewing on bull penises.
If you don't know what we're referencing, it's a kid being interviewed like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but like anytime. So he's just like talking to this interviewer and he's so cute. He's like got red hair and he's wearing this little polo shirt and he's talking about being on like an amusement park ride.
And apparently, I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently Grandpa just gives me a remote after we watch the Powerball.
And he just says this line. He goes, apparently, I've never been on live television before.
And he keeps talking like that. And he's like, says these like old manny or like adult things, but coming out of this
it's
tiny,
his tone, it's his cadence, it's the content of what he's saying. But like anytime there is a 3-syllable word that ends in ly, I cannot help but talk in that voice. And I'll just see it in my head. Like if somebody on the news is like, apparently, I'm like, apparently. Or like, unfortunately, I'm like, unfortunately. Coincidentally. Oh, that's 4 syllables.
Yeah, so is unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Any long
You
word
can't
that
really
ends
tell.
in ly.
Yeah.
And I cannot stop doing it. My kids are like, okay, Mom, we get it. You think that kid's cute? I'm like, evidently I do. I can't stop. He's so cute. I love him. Anyway, hi, Ed. How was your week?
It was good-ish.
You keep saying that. Every week is always ish.
Because my gout still is.
Fucking shit.
Yeah. And it was
Have
like.
you been to the doctor?
No, because they can't do anything for me. They prescribed me medicine before.
Maybe
and it
there
didn't
have been
help.
advances in medicine since.
But it was like starting to go away the other day. And then yesterday night, it started getting really bad. And this morning, it was pretty bad.
And yet you persevered.
Yeah.
Good for you. What was the flashpoint of this bout of gout?
I don't
bout.
know. I don't know.
I thought it was the jjajangmyeon.
It was, but then since then, it started to slowly get better. And then last night and today, it just got worse.
It must be
And
fucking debilitating, dude.
Meat.
Like, ugh, maybe there's something else. Maybe something.
No, there's a lot.
Like,
no, there's a lot. You should see the list that the doctors gave me when they first diagnosed me with gout. It literally has stuff to avoid in every food column. And it's like, and it's literally like, avoid all meats, but maybe try soy, or like, it's like avoid all fruits, except maybe try melons. Like, it's just so crazy because everything has periods. And I can't tell. I made doenjang the other night.
Meat, honey, fish,
everything,
cauliflower,
everything
wild game,
spinach,
grain liquors.
Yep.
Scallops.
I can't eat anything.
Pears. This shrimp. Peas. Lobster. Apples. Organ meats. Beer. White bread.
Without any context.
Watermelon.
Clip Susie saying this list up.
Just sounds like my grocery list. Yeah. Rice. Did you know you can't have been eating rice?
Apparently, that's what I'm saying.
Apparently,
I can't eat anything.
Asparagus, pasta. What the fuck? Processed meats.
Yeah, I can't eat anything.
Chickpeas. This gotta be a nightmare. Oh.
So yeah, I was really strict when I first was diagnosed, and then slowly I started being like, I'm gonna, test to see which ones are really bad for me.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, so mushrooms sometimes are pretty bad.
That's
Depends on
crazy.
which mushroom, and I haven't figured out which mushroom.
Well, the thing about it is the list is so like
all
inconsistent,
over the place. Yeah.
and like if it's like, oh, you have to watch your cholesterol, you're like, oh, like meats and stuff and like high processed foods, and it's like a category.
Yeah.
But this is like not so hard to categorize.
Yeah. So like I even checked it because I was like, dang, is it the doenjang I made?
Yeah.
But like, so I Googled, is doenjang bad for gout? And it was like, well, there's no evidence to suggest that soy is bad for gout.
Was there tofu in it?
Yeah, so then I Googled, is fermented foods bad for gout? And it was like, fermented foods can be bad for gout.
I need a straight answer.
Yeah, so
damn it.
I was like, soy isn't bad for gout, but I was like, fermented soy might be. I was like, wait, does that mean I can't eat gochujang? I was like, I don't understand what's happening.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
it's
and it
gotta
was
be
like
something.
avoid nuts, but they were like maybe almonds are okay, and I was like almonds are the worst nuts.
Oh man,
They're the worst nuts. They're the driest nuts.
well, that's got to be. It's hard because you don't know how. Oh my god, that's got to be very.
And then sometimes I think it's like depending on manufacturer or how it's developed or how my body's feeling that day.
Yeah, god damn.
You know what I mean? Like if my body has a bunch of potassium, I can eat meat sometimes and not feel anything. But sometimes like maybe if I
What about if you eat a
have enough
banana before you eat anything ever again for the rest of your life? Because this has been like a month at least, right?
It's been almost exactly a month.
Fuck.
Yeah, and like because the severity wasn't bad in the beginning, I thought it was going to be one of those like, I'm going to have a flare
Archie,
up.
if you could just get your tail out of my mouth. That'd be
Couple
great.
days. But no, it's lasted a month.
Oh my god, that's no way to live. I'm so sorry. That's got to be
Really
so
sucks.
frustrating.
Some days I'm like, I wonder if I should file for disability.
Well, I mean, if nothing more, just to get a placard for your car.
Yeah.
Because you can't walk.
can't
Just
walk.
watching you from the steps to here
In
is
fact, like the other week, I forget if I told you, but I like went to Target and I just parked in the online pickup section.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to get towed for parking in handicap.
Yeah, no.
But I was like, I also can't find anything close. And I was like, I've been circling this parking lot for 10 minutes now. So I just parked in the online delivery pickup and I was like, hopefully I'm in and out before they tow my car.
We're applying. We have to apply. We probably have to go to like a doctor, right? And get some kind of medical something. And I know, but you have to do anything you can to make this situation easier because it can't be.
It is.
It's probably really bad for your mental health too.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some days I'm like this week, there were many days I'm like, unless there was an emergency.
I'm sorry. Sorry. The moist bone on my dry ankle skin was really gross.
Not even a
just
bone.
now.
It's a bowl penis.
Ugh. A mixture of things. Anyway, sorry. The hell were we talking about? Target? No. Where were we?
Yeah. So it hurts.
No, so sorry.
It sucks.
It does suck.
Oh, it does. It does affect my mental health.
Yes.
Because unless with the aside from an emergency where I'm like, I have to go make a video now.
Yeah.
There's been days this last week where I was like, I can't get up from this couch. Like, I'm not gonna video. Man,
like when I feel like under the weather or if I could have an injury or something, like I get really antsy really, really quickly. So like I really feel for you. I'm so sorry. That really sucks.
Yeah.
Is there something that you can eat to counter it? Like if you ate
coconut water.
That's it.
That's the best.
You've been fucking drowning in coconut water.
I know. And I think it got worse last night and tonight or today because yesterday I ran out of coconut water, but I had such a busy day. I didn't get a chance to go to Costco. So by the time I got home, Costco was closed, and I was like, "Oh, I'll go tomorrow morning." And then I was like, "Oh wait,
I'll go right now to Costco."
It's okay.
God,
there was a part of me that I was like, "Husband might have some coconut water."
He doesn't have any.
As soon as we got here, I was like, "Ron, can you check the fridge?"
I know, Raid. Yeah, I wish I did.
No, but it's okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna get cocoa waters on the way home.
That's good.
And by I mean.
You're gonna sit in the car while Ron goes in and gets it. Yeah, that's good.
And then as soon as he brings it in the car, I'm gonna like chug 5.
Well, I wonder if like processed coconut water versus like coconut water straight from like the coconut. You know what I mean? Like you can go to Whole Foods and get like an actual like.
My friend yesterday, he was like, "You should just start a coconut water company." He's like, "You should put like extra potassium in it."
Yeah, but you'd be getting high on your own supply all the time.
Yeah.
You're just drinking it all yourself.
Yeah, I would, but then also like I could. He was like, "You should put extra potassium in it and then market it towards people with gout." And I was like, outside of the
gout,
fact that
get
I'm
out.
not a medical.
Get out, gout. Gout out. Gout out. I'm a marketing genius.
Do you want to drink something called gout out?
If I had gout, I would.
It sounds like a medical spray, like off.
Gout out.
Gout out.
Drink it.
Available now in all stores.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, I'd probably say then breakfast should consist of a banana and a coconut water every morning. Just to kind of like layer it before anything else gets in there.
I was like, luckily I have a banana last night. It was one of those ginormous ones, so I ate it.
Other foods that have a lot of potassium.
No, there are. But coconut water does have a high level.
Are there potassium supplements?
There are, but I looked into it a couple months ago because I was like, why didn't I think of potassium supplements?
Yeah.
And then I was reading into it, and apparently your body doesn't absorb almost all of the potassium from potassium supplements. So I was like, oh. So I'm going to be taking like 10 pills so I can get the benefits of half of one?
A banana? Yeah. Gotcha.
But it would be nice to take a supplement. So I don't have to drink like $200 worth of coconut water a week, because that's brutal.
It is.
In this economy.
Jesus. Might as well just grow a coconut tree at this point.
Yeah. Just move to Hawaii.
Okay, but the thing is though, you keep rubbing this wet fucking thing all over my leg, and I love you so much. You know I love you like my own child, but this is gross. No, you're gonna go to your dad and eat it. God damn you. I know exactly what you're about to do.
I mean,
over there.
Just
turn the record. There you go. Good boy. All right.
How was your week?
It was good. I have a teenage daughter officially.
Oh.
My oldest daughter turned 13 this week.
What's that like?
I don't know, man. She's pretty cool. She's really good. This week we had a really fun week. My older sister is in town with my niece because she's driving her down to college. So it was nice to have everybody together. And my parents came. We had like a little birthday dinner. We're gonna have like her birthday party in a couple of weeks. Just her school and volleyball schedule is so crazy. We had to like postpone her birthday, which she was not thrilled about. But
that's like, it's just an adult thing.
Fucking life.
To do.
I know. She's like, I'm 13. I'm like, you'll be 13 in 2 weeks too. So don't worry. Like you'll still be 13.
Not your birthday.
It's and it extends all the way to fucking October because we're taking to a concert that she really wants to go to.
What concert?
Conan Gray. He's I think half Japanese, maybe. I know he's half Asian, but he's just this like really cool, kind of like, I don't know, really like groovy singer. A lot of his songs sound really 80s. He's really cute. And she loves him. And so we're gonna go see Conan Gray, I guess. So she's really excited about that. So, we're just, she gets her whole birthday month, and then we're going to have a slumber party for her with her friends. We're going to do it at a hotel.
Oh.
Which is what we do. Because I don't like having slumber parties at my house. Just my house, I don't have like a fun party house. And so we do it at a hotel, and also then I don't have to clean.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything. It's just so much better. Anyway, but my week has been relatively uneventful. Just the usual running around. I say uneventful, which is funny because I just don't have a fucking second to myself. But overall, uneventful in that nothing bad happened. Uneventful in that, nothing.
There wasn't time for anything to happen.
I know. Maybe that's what it is, but that's fine. But yeah, I got to hang out with my family a lot this week, which was nice.
That's cool. When does your niece start school?
She actually drives down today, and then school starts, I think, on Monday. Monday?
Oh, she's going to school for a whole week early?
Yeah, she's going to go in. She's going to take her time moving in. My sister and her husband are going to meet them. And then they're going to get her room ready and get a lay of the land.
Wow.
And walk
I swear
around
my freshman year of college, it was like you moved in like 2
the day
days
of.
before.
I know.
Yeah.
I was telling my sister, I was like, I think when Dad dropped me off at college, there was this like roundabout in front of our dorm. I think he like barely slowed down, just threw my shit out the car and was like,
yeah.
Bye, bitch. I was like,
I swear
Dad.
My mom dropped me off, moved us in, and then I had to like rush to orientation that night.
Yeah.
And I think we like started school the next day or like the day after.
I know. She's also starting really late compared to like her friends. So she just has all this time. So she's like, I'm just going to go early.
UC
like there's just no weird reason. Yeah.
Which is weird because their application deadline is so much earlier than everyone else.
We're so proud of her. She's such a good kid. But she has a boyfriend from back home, and they decided to stay together. And I was like, just break up. I mean, I don't want to be insensitive, and I know you like really like him a lot, but like you're starting college. He's in Ohio. You're in California.
Oh, he went to school in Ohio.
Yeah.
So they're even further apart.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, like that's a bummer. Like I know, but like you're gonna have a lot of fun in college. Like don't restrict yourself on.
Or not.
That.
Some people don't. Some people don't.
I think she will.
I think she will. No, yeah. But some people are like really hit the books in college, and like,
I know
maybe that's fun for them. But for me,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think you're having fun.
Well, yeah, she wants to be like a chemical engineer or something. I don't even know what that means. I'm like,
I'm gonna engineer some chemicals.
I have a beaker and a Bunsen burner, and I'm gonna make a solution of things. I'm like, no,
honestly,
fuck if
all
I
of
know.
that sounded like Breaking Bad.
Meth. Well, her dad's a chemical. He does pharmaceutical chemistry, so like he really is like legitimately could do that. He like made like
That doesn't sound great.
Fentanyl and well, no, I mean, he just for pharmaceuticals. He's not like making it in his
No,
basement.
but still, that's not great.
Why?
I wouldn't want to be the person who contributed to creating fentanyl.
Well, I mean, he could make it. He didn't create it.
I know. I'm just saying you're not making it sound great.
Why? Fentanyl is a medical.
I know. But
it's the
pharma
abuse.
is just like so evil.
But it's the abuse of fentanyl that's the issue. Fentanyl itself has a medical purpose.
It is.
I'm not a huge proponent of big pharma, but pharmaceutical. I mean, we're talking about how we can cure your gout. Maybe a scientist could help you with that.
It's true.
You know,
although especially for someone who has done enough recreational stuff, I'm very against medicine for some reason, like pharmaceuticals.
That's ironic.
It is ironic, isn't it?
It's ironic, especially because you didn't know what the fuck you were doing with the medicine, and I feel like the chemist. Anyway, this conversation.
I barely even take Tylenol.
Yeah, I know that's great, but let's fucking smoke crack.
I mean, I never did that. Jeez. All right, with that, we have an update from the one write-in. I don't know if you guys remember from a couple of episodes ago. Someone wrote in
about their first relationship, and they were really excited about it, and they really were into each other. But there were some things that they discovered, right?
Yeah.
What were they?
So before they started the relationship, their really good friend named V, I believe, told them that their boyfriend, who was about to be their boyfriend, says some racist stuff, like calls one of their Asian friends Covey and makes like sweatshop jokes. Right.
And then didn't he say that he used the N-word?
Yeah,
also.
Yeah, so the friend also claimed that he's heard him use the N-word.
Right. But the boyfriend thinks that V just doesn't like him, and so he's...
Yeah, he says that he believes his friend,
right.
but like because his boyfriend has never said those things in front of him,
he's wondering
having a hard time reconciling.
Okay, so we have an update.
Yeah. So he wrote in an update.
Okay, I hope it's a good update.
I hope so too. Hello, Susie and Ed. I can't get that voice out of my... Hello, Susie
and Ed. And it's weird that you're calling me Susie. Did they call me Susie?
Yeah.
Weird.
We call you Susie on the show.
I guess, but most people call me Sujio. Anyway, I don't care.
I don't call you Sujio. That's weird. When I reference you, I call you Sujio.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay.
Hello, Susie and Ed. The advice you two provided was something I thought about a lot, and the story has come to a decent enough ending.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
I know.
I'm really
wait,
nervous.
we really are affecting people's lives. We have to take that so seriously.
I'll share how it went. First, I did confront him about the slurs and racist actions, to which he said he no longer says slurs.
Okay, so that was an admission.
Because even in that first email, he did kind of admit to it. He says he tries not to.
Right.
When I asked what work he did to improve on that, I love these questions. Very mature. For example, not trying to get in trouble versus learning about systemic racism. Oh my God, I wish I had your maturity at 14. That's insane.
This next wave of kids, man, they are something else. As the mother of a couple of them, they are something else.
He responded, quote, I just don't say the R slur anymore.
Okay. Maybe you don't say any slurs anymore.
Yeah.
But okay.
That's not really systemic racism. Okay.
Right.
He then followed it up by making a racist joke about black men.
Okay. This is not feeling great.
I don't know why. I keep getting nervous, sir.
It's okay.
More and more nervous. I know nervous was not a word. That was a joke. In addition to this, I found out he wasn't just racist to V, but my other friend, who I'll call X, who's half Asian, half white too. The next issue came shortly after, where he began to talk about how much he hated modern feminism. Initially, I thought he meant the girl boss feminism that upheld capitalism and white supremacy, but he really just hates women. In the same conversation, he started complaining about how, quote, woke film is and how they kept shoving race and sexuality down people's throats.
I don't know how this could turn out to be good other than without just a breakup, but okay.
But also for someone who is gay, to be like,
Right.
the sexuality is this like,
let's not
woke
gloss over
narrative.
that.
Yeah, like to not understand the concept of representation is wild.
Or like what people had to do in order to get these things into like the mainstream consciousness, the people that came before you as a young gay man. Like
for instance, like I know neither of us watched it. I know for me, I tried to watch it a couple times, but because it's subtitled and I didn't have the attention span to watch, so I kept being like, oh, I'll just rewatch it again later. Shogun.
Oh yeah.
You know, they just like won so many Emmys, including really big ones, like a lead actor in a dramatic and lead actress in a dramatic. And like representation is like so important because like not only are people being like, oh snap, we should recognize these other people, but like now people are feeling more emboldened to tell.
We can talk
Asian
about that.
stories.
I'm dying to know what happened.
Yeah, okay. But either way, representation
tangent right now because I need to know how this worked
ADHD.
out.
Incredibly bold statement from a guy who was dating an Asian male. Okay,
literally, thank you.
I'm not surprised, considering despite proclaiming how attractive he thought I was, denied being interested in men to the point it was low-key homophobic.
Wait.
Oh, there's just a lot.
There's a lot of like, okay.
Hatred, including self-hatred. Yeah. Okay. I then wound up getting his ex-girlfriend's contact. He completely demonized her and made her seem like a crazy bitch when she was incredibly nice during our conversation. And from the tidbits I heard from friends during our conversation, I found that he was just as racist in his past relationship, as well as making pedophilia jokes.
What the fuck is going on? This guy has like...
Do you know that red flag guy?
Yes.
You know the red flag guy, the TikTok guy?
I love him.
I wish he would stitch this because... I'm sorry, you would be worn the fuck out from running across the street with
red flag. I mean, there aren't enough flags.
This guy's literally
crazy.
a walking red
This is crazy.
flags, like a United Nations red flags. The last issue was that he would constantly tell me how horny he was. And even texted V, the guy he was racist to, behind my back about how close he was to having sex with me, even though we have never even kissed. This was a big thing in his past relationship too, as he broke up with his ex because
15?
She didn't give him head.
Okay.
He would also make sexual comments to X and V, despite V having a girlfriend at the time. All this wound up being too much, and I ended it. I feel really sad.
That's what I said. There's only one good way this could have possibly ended.
Like, I feel really proud.
Babe, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. And I'm sorry I called you babe. I call every kid. I just can't help it. The red flags were there.
Oh my God.
And you acted on it. And that's all you can do. Like in a situation, like you can... these are undeniable. Like you can't ignore these. These are like,
and I feel like we said it the first time because it was like a little bit too much hearsay.
Yeah,
he said, she said, and I think we said something along the lines of like, if it's his true character,
it will come out.
It will come out.
You will always see someone for who they are.
The floodgates like busted.
And it like I almost feel like it's too much. Like, is it like there's too many things? Like every possible trope about a toxic white man lives inside this 15-year-old boy. Like is that possible?
That's so much learned hatred.
Right. But like, do I believe this is true?
I mean, I almost said that too.
Okay. I mean, like and obviously like, I'm not doubting it, but like, it's almost like textbook. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's also like an amazing example of how people who fetishize are racist.
He sounds like a young version of the Date Right guy. Do you know who Date Right is? He's like this guy.
What's his name?
Yeah, Date Right. He like does this like dating app, but he like used to work for the Trump campaign, and he like does all these things. Like you've seen him or you've seen parodies of him. Like, oh, so the right.
Oh yes, he has like over 1 million followers or whatever.
He's very popular and fucking horrible. He's like, so how come if all these women are bleeding out in cars because of this abortion ban, like how come I haven't seen any of them?
Yes, that guy. I hate that guy.
Hideous. I haven't blocked.
I've come across his account twice, and both times I was fuming.
I haven't blocked because he enrages me so much. He's just like a horrible person. Like, and it's honestly just to be incendiary, and it's honestly just to spread this like horrible message of hate. But like this kid feels like a 15-year-old version of that 35-year-old man. Like it's
they
really
all spawn from somewhere.
I mean, I don't know what white mothers are doing to some of their sons, but like, man, like to have this much hatred for people at such a young age, we've seen is a recipe for disaster. It's the quintessential toxic, racist, misogynistic,
There's
like all the things. How can he be all the things at such a young age? And it only can come from somebody raising him that way. That's fucking horrible. And also like the like latent, like closeted homosexuality, like you're gay, but you're also homophobic. And are you out? And I don't know.
I'm
like,
even starting to question if he is gay. Maybe he was just like, oh, this girl's being so prudish. Maybe like a gay guy is gonna like.
I don't think you do. Nobody.
Know.
I don't think people do that. I don't think people do that, or I don't think young heterosexual men do that. Unless you are gay and you're. I don't know.
Actually, you're right. Him being closeted makes sense why he also hates women.
Maybe.
And hates the men that he's attracted to, but was taught that they're lesser than him.
Well, and then there's the whole idea of the fetishization of Asian people. And I've talked to a lot of my, gay friends about the fetishization of Asian men within the gay community as also being the same stereotypes as Asian women, docile, effeminate, submissive, and all those things. So there's probably some of that involved. There's a lot. This is a very like intricate web of so many things.
They did continue to write.
Oh, okay.
I do hope that one day when he's 30 and in a new relationship, he'll be better than now, and that this breakup is a catalyst for him improving himself. Sorry for the long write-in. I hope you guys have a great week. There
has to be like a major intervention in his life for that to change, because unfortunately there are so many systems in place that support this ideology and the way that these people move through the world, and they are sadly
failing upwards all the time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I don't know that these lessons often come to people, especially people who have the insulation of so many things, to not have to change. There is no requirement to change. There is no oftentimes motivation to change. So I mean, I hope you're right. And I hope it happens before 30. I hope it happens soon. But I don't know, man. He really covers all the bases on all the things that you don't want. I don't want to see in the world anymore. So it's tough. That is tough.
Yeah. Good for you for seeing your worth and doing what's best for you, honestly.
There was no way this was going to end in a happy relationship. No. Not with him in the mindset that he's in right now. So
and it's very clear from the way that he was like, to then like brag to the friend that you're being racist to about how far you're about to go sexually, like so many red flags. It's so many red flags.
There was no room for a healthy relationship in this. He doesn't have a healthy relationship with himself. So there's no way he could have one with you.
And I know I'm sure this was tough, but like thank God you didn't like lose anything to him or like had any firsts with him.
And I will say this, as somebody who has been through plenty of relationships, and the moment I met my husband, I knew that he was the one, because it was because of all of the bad experiences that I had. It was because I very quickly put together, well, maybe not quickly, actually really slowly, maybe not as quickly, nearly as quickly as you, had just like a running list of things that I didn't want in a partner. And the accumulation of those things, like it's a lot of things, like sometimes like buying a house or a car. Like I'm not equating it to inanimate objects, but obviously like sometimes going through the things that you don't like or experiencing like the negative things help you focus on the things that you do want. Yes. Like I didn't want X, Y, and Z because the last place I lived in had X, Y, and Z, and I don't want that anymore because I experienced it and it wasn't any good. Right. So
like I know how to look for signs of like rats or roaches because I can't do that anymore.
Right, exactly. Or like a car, like, gas mileage and how much, maintenance it needed because of whatever. Like live and learn. Live and learn is a saying because it is true. And
That's the point of life.
fortunately, you seem like somebody who's very quick to learn. So good for you. Because that doesn't come easily for a lot of people.
Boyfriend,
Oof.
who is not a learner.
No, clearly not. But thanks for writing in and sharing like part of your life with us. Like that means a lot to us. And I feel like it does put a good amount of pressure on me to try to give the best advice. And I don't know that I always will, but for you to entrust us with that kind of responsibility. I mean, obviously you didn't do what we didn't tell you to do anything, but to even ask us is really an honor for me. Because what the fuck do I know? I just know because I think I know a lot. I just know stuff because I've made so many mistakes, which is one way to learn, you know?
Yeah, because that's like kind of like the conundrum you feel, right? Like to raise a kid who's like so sheltered, but they don't know anything. But then like to be able to get to the place that we have, sometimes it's like we had to make so many bad mistakes.
Narrowly escape death and, terrible relationships and all that kind of stuff.
Do stuff to your body to the point that like it can't even process food anymore. Right. But so it's tough.
Yeah. So, and that's one thing I can say, I think about this generation of, Gen Alphas is like, or I guess they're the very tail end of Gen Z, but the kids that
the Zeds.
The kids that I talk to and that I'm around, they know so much and they've learned so quickly and they've really become so aware of things that they don't want in their world and things that they can very easily be like, this is not part of my life and I don't want this to be part of my existence. And I'm going to, it's like really so far light years ahead of where I was when I was 15, 12, 13, 15, light years ahead. And so for them to be able to recognize things so quickly and to be able to assess and move on and, adjust and, change course is really impressive. It's so impressive to me. And I don't want to be like condescending, but I'm like, holy shit, I wish I could do that now.
And I think it speaks to the fact that like before the theory used to be that like to be that mature, you had to go through some shit.
Right.
And I think this generation is showing that like, you don't have to traumatize them for them to learn to be mature.
Right. And to also exercise empathy and to also understand that like, you don't have to be, like you said, traumatized in order to learn a lesson.
You can guide them and be honest without taking them out of their childhood.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Remember last week I was telling you about the girl that I am aware of?
Yes.
Who is very, active sexually beyond, what I would think a 12-year-old would be. And as of late, I've been just watching my daughter at practices and I can see her just being like cordial and nice, but being like, well, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go and pepper with my friend over on this side of the court, just like really just being, and it was because I was like, well, how do you feel about that? Where are you with this? And she just was like, I'm not ready. And I feel it makes me uncomfortable. And I just don't think that this is something that I want kind of like in and around, where I am now. Yeah. And she just was like, so I'm going to act on it.
Whereas without guidance like us, I would have felt uncomfortable, but then felt pressure. I still need
to be friends with this person.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I need her to like me.
Because I didn't have someone to springboard off of and like go through options. So you just panic and you make a decision.
Right. Like you can think about it. Right. You can think about it and you can decide. Right. And that is empowering to them. And I think that is something that
helps them
previous
make better
generations
decisions.
Didn't really have or understand is like, you really can control this. You really do have the power.
I know like your generation, Gen X, you're like, we were latchkey kids. And like, that's like a very proud point, but there was no guidance.
It wasn't great.
Right.
I very clearly remember just being dropped off by like my friend's parents running down our driveway, opening the garage door and being like, bye. And then just walking in the empty house and be like, what kind of trouble can I get into now? What can I set on fire? What can I smoke notebook paper? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, stupid
Same
shit.
thing. I would go home. There would be nothing to do. So then I would go outside the apartment and then see like a bunch of cigarette butts on the ground. Yeah. Be like, well, what do those taste like?
Maybe I can roll a whole one with these butts. Genius.
And the idea that you're like, I don't know who smoked this. You're like, whatever.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There was zero decision making.
None.
Not good.
None. And we would just run rogue all the time. And yes, that was one way to grow up. But there are other ways to grow up.
And traumatically, you take ownership of that and you're like, this is why, but no.
Right. And now I actively parent my children the way I wish my parents had the ability to have done for me.
Had the education.
You know, or just like the mental acuity or the emotional acuity and say like, you know, I understand that you grow up right now in this timeline and there are forces outside of my control. So let's try to give you a little bit of power. Let's try to give you a little bit of control and let's give you, you know, the ability to make decisions of what you can for yourself right now. And that was something that I never had. I never had the ability to just make decisions for myself or to just, you know, decide like, I don't want to be friends with these people just because I felt like I had to.
Yeah,
it was,
same.
you know, sink or swim. And, you know, my daughter's like, I don't care if I'm friends with her. She's not that cool. She's just kind
there
of
was
whatever.
no one to be like, hey, school is an end all be all. Like,
Yeah.
who do you want to be after that?
Yeah.
Like, let's focus on that. Like,
And,
there was
you
no
know,
one to do that.
There are kids in my daughter's class who like they're really bookish or they're like love comic books and like they're the nerds or whatever. She does not care. She's like, what are you talking about? I love Veronica. She's amazing. She's so smart. She talks about her books all the time. And you know what? She's like, I don't give a fuck if people think it's not cool to be friends with her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't care. Like, it's like not a thing for her. And like, I don't know. Obviously, there's always going to be like hierarchy and stuff like that in school. But like, it feels like it's less like the cool kids against the nerds. Like it doesn't, I don't feel that.
Less segregation.
Yeah, I think, you know, and maybe it's because they are just so aware and just so much more like in tune with the world. It's just really cool to watch. It's so cool to be part of.
Yeah. We also have another write-in.
Oh,
Yep.
Fantastic.
Am I the asshole for eating predominantly Japanese food as a white woman?
You can eat whatever you want.
Yeah, unless you're going around saying, look at this dish that I invented.
Right. And like, buy this food from me. I created it. I mean, okay.
Yeah,
let's
unless you're being like, I eat Japanese food because Japanese women are skinny, or like something like that. But I feel like might not.
If it like if you're just like yum,
yeah,
go for it. But there's got to be more to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. Hey guys, I am a huge fan of you both. I have a question about, thank you. I have a question about whether or not I am an asshole for this. So I am a 30-year-old white female and have struggled with my weight since I was a teenager. I've even had an eating disorder until 2019 where I went for recovery. I have been better ever since, but have still struggled with my weight, especially since I had children. I was doing research into foods that I could eat that would help me lose weight in a healthy way. Yeah, even my original assumption in this context doesn't seem bad. Yeah.
No.
I had been doing some reading and read that Japan has one of the highest longevity rates and some of the healthiest lifestyles. So I started looking up recipes, following Japanese content creators, buying cookbooks from Japanese authors to get authentic recipes, and started walking regularly. It really worked for me. I lost 30 pounds after having my first child, and now I've lost 40 pounds after my second. My husband loves the food and especially the bento boxes I make for his lunches. His coworkers are super jealous. So does my 2-year-old. Her favorite meal is natto.
Good for her.
Whoa,
so good for you.
You too.
Yeah.
Which means that they're eating natto.
I don't love it.
I've tried multiple times.
I know. I
don't
really
hate
want to like it.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Just leaves that film in your mouth. Go on.
I don't like the aftertaste.
Yeah.
We all have felt healthier and happier. My mother-in-law and brother-in-law came to visit. I've had issues with our whole marriage because I had the audacity to marry and take away her favorite son.
Blech.
She
Toxic.
always finds something about me to criticize. My husband stands up for me, but she will wait till he's not around to say something. She doesn't like, quote, ethnic foods.
Fuck this lady.
Basically, anything that is not a casserole, she considers ethnic. I mean, who doesn't love a good casserole?
I was going to say, I do love a good casserole.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Especially like lasagna casserole.
I would categorically maybe, but that's going to start a fight. So I'd say don't say it. I make a chicken broccoli casserole. It's really delicious.
I do love a good casserole. Like,
Same.
is a pot pie a casserole?
No, because it has a crust.
Fair.
Yeah. Moving on.
So instead of eating the meals I made, she would make her own meals for her and her sons. That's insane.
Go ahead.
Of course, my husband and kids ate the food I made. Even my brother-in-law tried the food I made and liked it better than his mom's casserole. This made her so angry that she accused me of being racist.
What?
And appropriating a culture for, quote, eating Asian food as a non-Asian.
Oh my God. I mean, like, you talk about reaching.
And she said that just because I have Asian cousins doesn't make me Asian and that I should stop pretending to be Asian.
Oh
All her
God.
words, not mine. I do have 2 cousins that were adopted from China, but other than that, so she monolith.
Yeah, who's the racist? I mean, God, this lady sounds like a delight.
Yeah, but other than one of my cousins and I cooking together over FaceTime from time to time, they don't have anything to do with this. I've never claimed to be Japanese or of Asian descent at all. Trust me, I acknowledge that I am white as they come. I simply have found something that works for my health and makes my family happy. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong by choosing to eat this way, but am I?
No, God, no. God, no. I mean, I'll be honest. It's probably well, think about it, right? It's the contrast between like fresh food, freshly prepared food, which Japanese food it generally is, versus, you know, processed foods like a casserole that has like pasta in it and, you know, the chicken mushroom soup, which is delicious, but it's a highly processed food unless you're making it from scratch, which I'm sure your mother-in-law wasn't because she sounds horrible.
Yeah. I bet you her casseroles are all just like Campbell soups too.
Yeah, right.
Which again, nothing wrong with
well,
that.
because the Japanese diet consists of vegetables, rice, and proteins, which usually typically is mostly fish
or
noodles. But like, you know, like I understand wanting to, like when I eat like Mediterranean food, when I eat like kebab and tzatziki and like hummus and vegetables, I feel better.
Yes.
You know, it's usually if you're choosing like an ethnic cuisine, it's often the foods before tons of processed foods came out, which is why that country is known for whatever it is. So like if you're like making homemade pastas and homemade sauces and things like that, it's generally going to be healthier than buying processed food, you know, from the store. So no, you're not appropriating culture. You're not pretending like you invented the food. You're not pretending to be Asian. You're not Asian fishing. You're not selling the food.
And there's even a difference between being like, oh, Japanese women are skinny, so I'm going to eat Japanese food versus you being like, no, I did research.
This diet feels
healthier.
And it works for me and I like it and it tastes good. And like, there's great. That's fantastic. I mean,
there are many videos and studies of people being like, oh, in this culture, they like drink a bunch of green tea and helps with metabolism.
Or kombucha.
Like, blah, blah, blah.
You know what I mean? Like all of these, there's so many things from a variety of cultures that people will take because they think there are going to be healthy benefits. And trying different things, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that, you know, I've always believed that culture should be shared. You know, stolen is different than shared.
Yes.
You know, so
yes.
I think
like
it's
the way, what's his name? Jake?
Who's
the
Jake?
Guy?
Logan.
Sorry, I keep doing that. I'm sorry. Logan.
Jake and Logan Paul. That's really funny. Oh God. Ugh.
But Logan, like he does it respectfully.
Did you see his most recent video?
No.
Harvesting the sesame seeds in Korea?
No.
Oh my God. There's another Korean creator who's like, you're out Koreaning me. You're more Korean than I am. Like he's like literally like in like a field.
I didn't know he lived in Korea.
I don't think he lives there. He lives in Canada.
Just visiting?
Yeah. He just goes there all the time.
Oh.
He's Canadian. But he's like hitting the sesame plants and like all the seeds are shaking out. And he's like doing with the bowl and
the basket.
Yeah.
Basket.
Like it's really great. But he loves Korean culture and he always talks about being in Korea. I went to Korea and I learned this. And you know what I mean? Like there's a way to do it. And I think Logan does it beautifully. He's never he never said, I invented kimchi.
No, but even the oimuchim, which was one of the first cucumbers that he made, even though in the video he says that it's Korean, there have been people who watch his video and then attacked a Korean creator who made oimuchim and was like, you didn't credit Logan who created this. And they're like,
bitch. What the fuck?
Like, did you? He literally, Logan even says in this video that this is a very popular traditional Korean dish. Like, what are you talking about?
I wish people would shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
God, I hate people so much.
The worst. But yes, nothing you did is stereotyping. Any appropriating?
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, literally get the fuck out of here.
From a woman who monolith Asian people.
You have Chinese cousins, so you're trying to be Japanese. Like,
yeah, like what?
What? Like, listen to yourself. God.
No, she's just jealous because
everything.
I mean,
She's just jealous because of everything.
Well, I mean,
your food is better. Your husband chose you over her, which is
that part.
Boy moms, man.
I watched A Perfect Couple yesterday.
What's that?
It's the #1 show on Netflix right now with Nicole Kidman and Liev Schreiber. What's his name? Liev Schreiber?
I don't know.
Schreiber. But it's about this like really rich family who like kills someone, like someone dies, and it's just like this like murder mystery of who done it.
Is it good? Should I watch it?
It was pretty good.
Okay.
It was decent. But Nicole Kidman in that show, she says to her one daughter-in-law, she's like, or soon to be daughter-in-law or supposed to be daughter-in-law. She's like, look, she's like, a lot of mothers will never admit this, but when you have a son, she's like, a wife kind of feels like you're like taking them away and replacing you. And then like
competition.
Yeah. Like competition, which like, I feel like a lot of mothers do that. There's a lot enough. Either way, it gives off creepy vibes for sure. Cause it's just like underlying like incest stuff.
Oedipal complex. Is that reverse?
Yeah. So, but basically
I dated a guy whose mother was like that.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say is like, I think this mother is like that. And she's jealous that her son is picking your food over hers.
And I was very much like, you can fucking have him. Like, if this is what's my life is good, you can fucking have him. This is weird. It's kind of gross. Also, the sister is weird. No, bye. No, I don't need that. I don't like him that much. I'll never like anybody that much. Nope. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, not to be in competition with this weirdness.
Yeah, no. God, you guys duke it out. I don't give a fuck. Yuck.
Yeah, that's like such a red flag. Like, did you ever see that show, I'm a Mama's Boy or whatever on TLC?
I would have avoided that show at all costs. And no, I've never heard of it. I would have thrown my TV. I would have pulled it out of the wall and thrown it out of a window.
It was so entertaining, so frustratingly entertaining because it was this dynamic, but the son was complicit.
What do you think that stems from? Like a mom just being like unhappy with her marriage, that she has to kind of project all that stuff onto her son as like emotional support, or like, I honestly
feel like there's a bunch of scenarios that can lead to this,
which
is why it's so common.
Yeah, maybe.
Like she's not happy in her own marriage, or like she didn't feel adequate growing up as a child.
Yeah.
Or there's like so many scenarios
on social media. Like you see like #boymom, and it's like, it's the videos that they make are so weird. Like, you know, like I saw a video where the mom was like,
it doesn't quite ring the same as girl dads.
I was his first kiss. And it's like,
yeah.
Don't say that.
The girl mom videos don't hit the same as or the boy mom videos don't hit the same as girl dad videos. The girl dads are like
empowering their daughters, how to
like letting them draw all over their face with
or like
makeup.
give them manicures, or like, you know, hey, guy, you know, how to raise a daughter to choose a good partner that's gonna love and support.
Don't feel ashamed to wear a tutu outside when you want.
Yeah, versus like, my boy loved me first. I was his first love. Yuck. Don't do that. What's wrong with you? That's so fucking creepy.
On that show, I'm a Mama's Boy or whatever, there was this one where it wasn't even his own mom.
What was it?
It was his mother-in-law.
What?
They would wear matching outfits and go out to eat dinners. And
so you're in love with your son-in-law?
Yeah. Yeah. And like they would support each other more than the husband would support the wife. And it was very weird.
No.
The husband invited his mother-in-law to move in with them. His wife is pregnant.
Gross.
And he's going out on dates with the mother.
No, thank you.
So no, thank
you. No, thank you.
It was so creepy.
I would like to get off this ride, please. Yeah. Just cover your mouth and put up your hands. Yeah. Let me off. No.
The wife was just like, I don't know what to do.
You leave.
Yeah.
Take the baby and go. Go, please.
Leave the mom and husband.
Ew.
But then, like, I'd be terrified for what would happen.
Nope, I won't care because I'll be long gone. You're just going to see the backside of my head in the distance. See you later. No.
Your Honor, I do not want my ex-husband to see my child because he is with my mother.
He's married to my mom. And that's happened. Like, that's like funny, but it's true. It has happened. Like, women who've come home and like found their moms in bed with their husbands. Like,
oh my God.
what's happening?
Did you see the Sabrina Carpenter show clip that went viral?
No.
She's like at her show, and I guess like she squatted down, like she met one of the fans who were in the front row, and she's like, tell me a secret. And she's like, my mom doesn't know that I know that she slept with my boyfriend. And she's like, oh my God, where's your mom? She's like, right there.
No.
Yeah. And Sabrina Carpenter's just like,
that had to be staged. That can't be real.
Don't know. But that clip went crazy viral.
How did I miss it? I've been really busy.
It went crazy viral.
Oh my
It was a couple weeks ago too.
Oh my God, I have to find it.
This girl.
Or maybe I don't want to find it. Oh my God,
She's
I don't have to know everything.
My mom doesn't know that I know that she slept with my boyfriend.
And she's right there.
She's like, Sabrina Carpenter's like, oh my God. She's like, and where's your mom? She's like, right there. I brought her here. I was like, oh my God,
you outed your mom at a Sabrina Carpenter show and then on the internet. Fucking shit.
But also, like, don't sleep with your daughter's boyfriend.
Don't do that.
Fucking gross.
Don't do that. Why are you doing that?
Have some respect for yourself and your child. Jesus. Like, that's like the most like betrayal.
That's no self-respect. Yeah. You have no self-respect. Like,
or don't love your child.
That is so pathetic. Like, of all the things to do, like the type of betrayal that is I can't even like fathom. You know what? I don't want it. I don't want to think about it. Apparently, this is making me very uncomfortable.
This is my limit, and I'm freaking out.
I don't want to know this reality. Nope. Oh, it's good. I'm done. Are we done? Okay, great.
My brain feels mushy from that.
After that, I feel like I need to take another shower today. So gross. It's so gross. I can't. Yuck.
There was another show on TLC. It was called, I forget what it was called, but it was about mothers who are obsessive with their daughters and vice versa. Like it was all about codependency relationships with moms and their child.
For that channel to be called The Learning Channel is like, it's a real stretch.
That's where it started.
It's a real stretch.
And
I remember it used to be like really educational. And it was like those big fat now slur weddings or like my 600-pound life or isn't that all that same channel?
They still do. But I think where it started to turn was with Kate and 8+8. Because John and Kate, because that show.
I was like, who?
Kate, who? What did I say?
You said Kate and 8+8. That's 16.
No.
Kate and 8+8. Kate and 16.
I just love math.
Too many.
But on that show started off educational.
Well, it was. I mean, for a minute, it was like, wow, how does this family survive? But then it just became this like salacious,
drama came
terrible.
Out. And then that's when TLC was like, oh, we'll just, exploit these people, make it seem like we're just showing you what their lives look like.
And give that mom a really bad haircut.
Really about the drama. Yeah.
She was awful.
But yeah, on that show, there would be like moms who are like 20, 30 years senior to their daughters, like matching dresses every day.
Like, I'll wear my kids' shoes, but that's the extent of it.
Yeah. It was like so creepy. Like the one daughter wanted to move out and the mom literally had like a temper tantrum. She like had a nervous breakdown about it. Like you were just like, this is
really too much.
Wild.
It's wild. Anyway.
Well, on that note, thank you for writing in.
Yes, more write-ins. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
I could do just episodes of write-ins. That's all I want.
We do.
I want to just get to know people. I love that.
Yeah. But please keep writing in.
Please.
We really do love it. If you would like to write in any stories, have questions, advice.
Or if you have a topic or like an episode that you want us to do, if there's like something that you want to watch us try or like, give us ideas because this is hard to do every week. So we're open to that, please.
So write into one of the Shibal, that's shibal@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can find us on our socials.
You can find me at Sujo1 on TikTok and Instagram.
I'm at Etch a Sketch with the J. This little guy is at Archie and Colt on Instagram. He has a birthday in 1 month. Colt's 5th birthday is next week.
We have almost the same birthday.
Otherwise,
my birthday's in a month too. What about my birthday? God damn it.
What are you doing for your birthday? I thought you didn't care.
I don't care. I don't care, but you care more about the dog's birthday in a month than my birthday in a month. It was the only thing I cared about.
Well, he is my son, so.
I am your friend.
Wait, are you really not going to do anything? You're just going to go out for food?
If that, just let it come and go.
Maybe give us ideas what to do for Susie's birthday.
Oh, let me guess. Jump out of a plane or eat a roach or...
I was going to say we were going to have a food episode, but
Yeah.
I can get you a roach.
No, thank you.
I don't know from where.
Happy birthday. No, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Roach it is. But other than that, if you are listening to this podcast, we do have a video version available on YouTube. And if you are watching us on YouTube already, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bone penis bell.
Ding. The bone penis bell. Ding.
Apparently, that's the sound a bull penis makes. Otherwise, please help us keep this podcast sustainable by joining our Patreon, where we do have some occasional exclusive content on there. Otherwise, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Okay, bye.
That was unflattering.